Phoenix Suns, fresh off going 8-0 in the bubble and somehow not making the playoffs. That was some BS. They're back. They got a revamped roster. They got a dude named Chris Paul, who's pretty good. Might surprise you to know they were 12th in offensive rating, 17th in defensive rating anyway last season. Obviously, right on the brink of the playoffs. I think they make it this year. I think they got a good chance to be even a 5 or 6 seed. I really love what they've done, what James Jones has done for the most part with this team. Let's deep dive into the film, introduce you to this year's Phoenix Suns, and show you my outlook for their team. Obviously, Chris Paul, the point god, pocket pass king, will be so good for Ayton, so good at reading. Whenever the big steps up just a little bit and then finding that pocket at the perfect moment. Obviously, he can score a little bit too, a lot more than Ricky Rubio. No offense to Ricky Rubio, who was really good for them defensively, really good passer, but Chris Paul, the patented mid-range fadeaway, just on another level. That scoring ability is what you need in the clutch, is what you need to win close games. Obviously, he's a Hall of Famer for a reason. Look at this freaking pass. I mean, the Thunder were supposed to be so bad last season. Look how many games he won for them late, how many games he led them to victories with clutch buckets down the stretch. Obviously, passes the living crap out of the ball. Look at this cross-court right-hand whip on a dime to Bridges in the corner. And then most valuable, what you can't really measure, is his leadership. He's always talking to the young guys, helping them out tremendously, staying in Ayton's business, demanding accountability out of him. That kind of stuff will help Ayton become an all-star type player someday, maybe pretty soon, and will benefit him tremendously. Devin Booker, maybe you've heard of him too, at the starting shooting guard. He is a bucket. He is just outrageously good. He's got every solution in his bag. He's got every tool. The mid-range pull-up is unbelievable. Mid-range is dead. Yeah, right. From three, he can do it as well. The step backs, the footwork, the wiggle. There's nothing he doesn't have. I mean, he's shooting in the games I've watched in the preseason like 90%. This guy will be so fun to watch in the playoffs, the way teams play in this drop coverage. He's just going to eat that up. And yeah, he's a top 3 pure scorer in the league. He might not even be 2 or 3. Look at this S dribble, keeping Ingles on his back as Ayton gets a little piece of Gobert. That's filthy. Just absolutely filthy. Again, he just creates his own shot, and it's like, I'm shocked, honestly shocked when he misses shots. It's filthy. Look at this. Shot fake, sorry. One dribble. Step back, 3, efficient, compact, pure. Nice little nifty play here by Monty Williams. I mean, are you kidding me? Mikhail Bridges might surprise you to hear. He was 43% on shots from 16 to 23 feet. I didn't know he had that kind of mid-range pull-up in his game. That's, again, a valuable shot when you're playing high pick and roll, again, with the bigs dropping all the way back in today's NBA. That's what's open, and that's what, if you can make, is certainly a big, helpful shot for 2s and 3s in the league to have. He can also slash, get to the rim a little bit off the bounce. Shooting is the most important thing, though, for him to stay on the floor, be valuable. 36% from 3 last season. Needs to get probably a little bit better. Knock down these corner threes at a tremendously high rate, especially Chris Paul will find him a ton there. And again, if he can hit that shot consistently, he will be super, super valuable. Also, a really good weak side cutter. He's got a good chemistry with Booker. We'll develop that with Chris Paul, knowing when to cut on their Nash dribbles, baseline probes, even with Payne a little bit too. If you turn your head to him, he is cutting and at the rim. He's also kind of their defensive stopper type. He's the guy they tend to put on the best scoring 2-3. He'll get into the ball pretty well. He'll hustle. He'll get after it. Him and Jae Crowder will make a nice pair defensively. Jae Crowder, speaking of, I love Jae Crowder. Probably one of my favorite offseason signings. So underrated. So good overall from 3 for the most part. I mean, he's been there in huge situations. He gets as many 4-point plays as anybody in the league. He's tough. He's competitive. He'll defend. He'll slash a little bit. He knows how to play basketball. He's just been there. Again, he's active defensively. He's got a lot of deflections, a lot of steals. He can guard bigger guys. You can even get away with him. Maybe it's some of the small 5 alongside, Dario Saric will play some of that off the bench. He was injured, missed the preseason, but again, He'll front the post a little bit, but he'll get contests against these bigger guys. Obviously, you don't want him guarding Anthony Davis all game long, but he is, again, a tough dude, the type of dude that Chris Paul loves playing with. DeAndre Ayton needs to get a little bit tougher, but where he is tough is this face-up footwork, jab step game out of the mid-post area. He's filthy at that stuff. I mean, his touch is really good. He's got a really good stroke from 12, 13 feet out to the elbows. I mean, that's the stuff that makes him really special and unique. The three is not as much. I don't love him being out here 18% there on his career. I understand it's preseason. You can work on it a little bit, but I'd like him to keep the ball moving, not settle for these shots very often in the season. This is, again, what he also does as well. This is easy money for him. Run, deep seal. Chris Paul will find you. Great touch on his jump hooks. Again, it's a simple game. Do stuff like that, and you will get a lot of buckets and a lot of money in this league. On top of it, like I said, he was number one pick for a reason. He's also got little fadeaways, and I mean, he's just got a big amount of talent that hasn't been totally unleashed yet. He's got to take accountability, though, for himself. Monty Williams calling out his conditioning a little bit in the preseason, saying that when Ayton gets in elite shape, he'll be unstoppable, but that he's not really there yet. This is his responsibility to come over and help here on this Mitchell drive. Doesn't even move. Needs to be there. This one, a little bit more of a gray area with Javon Carter, but he probably should have been there as well and really could have easily at least been vertical and tried to help him here. Doesn't even really move. Javon Carter's going to snap at him after the play. They get into a little bit. Doesn't seem like a bad kid. Doesn't seem ill-intentioned, but he needs to understand what his responsibilities are and just play hard all the time. Maybe a little bit too nice at times. This is the perfect example of it. Chris Paul gets beat baseline, come on over, verticality, contest it, and then get out and rim run. Again, easy game. You do those simple things as a five-man, you will be a 20 and 10 guy a night and maybe even more. Because when you mix in this kind of athletic ability as well, catch the ball on a little short roll, one dribble, little turnarounds. I mean, that's the stuff that can make him elite. Javon Carter is a backup point guard, occasional shooting guard off the bench. He'll pick you up full court. He'll dog you. He is a tremendous defender, one of the best defenders at that point guard spot in the league. Will make guys, even like Donovan Mitchell, work full court. Look at this. Utah can't even get into their offense until like 15 on the shot clock. That's all created by him. He will make you work. I love his defensive mentality, and he is, again, a guy that Chris Paul probably did not like going against, did not like dribbling against, and will like having on his team. He also can shoot a little better than you'd think. Shot 43% from three last season. I don't think he's that good. He was only 33% the year before, but certainly capable spot up. That lets him play off the ball a little bit. Doesn't need him to have the ball in his hands as a backup. And, you know, even he's a small guy, doesn't create a ton for his teammates, but if he can play off the ball and make shots and then play the kind of defense he does, he'll be really valuable for them. Cam Payne was a great find for them, former lottery pick. He's got a little floater to his game. He's a bucket when he comes in off the bench. Also, like I said, creates a little bit more than Carter, but he's mostly coming in the game looking for his shot, driving left, getting to the basket, good shooter from three, does a lot well. Etuan Moore, a veteran, been with the Pelicans for a long time, 39% career three-point shooter. This Suns team was 20th in three-point attempts last season, 16th in percentage. You might not think it's valuable, but him, Langston Galloway, having those veterans off the bench who come in, make shots, know how to play, it's going to be really valuable for them. Moore's got a nice little floater package as well, but again, swapping out kind of a mix of young guys, G League guys, don't really know how to play, for veterans that can come in consistently, make shots off the bench. Langston Galloway, 40% from three last season, looks like a bucket in the preseason. He's been killing it for them. Again, these two guys will win games for them at some point. They will have 15, 20, maybe even 30-point nights at times off the bench. I don't know for sure if they'll both be in the rotation to start the year, but I know they'll both play plenty of games throughout the season, plenty of minutes, and make plenty of big shots for this team. So I really like how they upgraded the bench, and Chris Paul, again, knows that vets win in this league, that you need veteran players, and those guys certainly know what it takes to win. This is what makes the Suns scary. DeAndre Ayton, full court outlet pass to Booker, who's going to throw the lob up to Bridges. They got a nice mix of fun, athletic youth that loves to get out and run, and then obviously Chris Paul making these incredible passes to DeAndre Ayton out of the spread pick and roll, and even Devin Booker, who's got great chemistry now with Ayton, and with how much you have to step up to Devin Booker's shot, that opens up Ayton getting behind the defense for plenty of those lobs. If you want a 5-minute bonus video with my thoughts on the guys I didn't touch on in this video, Jalen Smith, Cam Johnson, Abdel Nader, Damian Jones, and a few more, go to patreon.com/scoutwithbrian right here. Subscribe. Even $2 a month unlocks that and 40 other bonus videos right away. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. Make sure you thumb up and subscribe.